55-inch AKAI model number AKAI ATV5534. Problem with it is it looks like it's we have no picture. It could be no backlights. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll just show you what the symptoms are first. I'm going to plug it in. And on the right hand side there, you can see we have a standby light. Right there. And if I press the power button, it looks like it's doing something like it's coming out of standby. Press the channel up and down. Give it a while to start up, I suppose. You can see it looks like it's gone back into standby. Press the standby button again, looks like it comes out. But no lights shown on the screen. I'm going to just disassemble the unit now and have a look, do a few checks around the power supply, see if there's any bulging caps, obviously check the voltages going to the backlight, see if there's any activity around there, is the voltages rising. They should rise, but they shouldn't rise too high. I hope there's some markings on the board itself. I wouldn't be too optimistic about it. It has been an AKAI. Probably a badged, don't know where it's made yet. I'll have a look inside, and I hope it's not one of those cheap economy models that you've never seen before. I have the unit plugged in and I'm just going to check for voltages on this positive side going to the LED backlights, and we'll now turn it on. Okay, give it a while. .190 volts. There's no markings on the board, and I have about 11 millivolts roughly on the cathode side, with no. If you had 190 on one side and 11 millivolts on the far side, you would have current flowing through, and you would have the lights lighting. The only thing I can think is one of the backlights is gone. I have a new tester. I can check. Don't know if you got these backlight testers. I've never used it before. Apart from just on a single diode, I've never used it in an actual fault finding scenario. Plug it out. You see how I'm going to do this. I'll pause this until I get this set up. I have it set up now. Turn on the backlight tester. It immediately goes up to 305 volts on this, and I won't touch the two prods, but this is my negative, this is my positive. And I'm putting 300 volts across them diodes, and there is nothing lighting up. So my only conclusion there is that there's open circuit diodes on that panel somewhere. We're going to have a test of these LEDs in these backlight assemblies here, these strips. And I'm going to use this tester And I'm going to start here with the bottom strip. If you can see it, maybe it's out of shot. Okay, turn the tester on. Showing 304 volts. Positive there. And as you can see, that light just made a little bit of a blink, a little bit of a flash, and that's about it. So there's a fault with that strip. Down there looks okay. And I'm reading 63.3 volts across this strip. Next one, 63.3 volts. Hold it on there for a minute. Just look and see if any of the lights flashed or any dimmer than the others. Okay. And obviously then the top one is faulty as well. So we've got a diode or two diodes in this bottom one. I'm just going to go across each diode now. First one's lighting up. I don't know if you're getting it, but anyway, take my word for it. Lighting up. Lighting up. And so forth all the way up, I suppose. We'll just do it very quickly. Okay. Here, right at it's just out of shot, but L7 is not lighting. Okay, I'm just going to put a mark on that. All I really do is go across the diode. If I get a close shot, there's L8, and it's showing 3.5 volts on the LED tester. Let me see, you getting that? Yeah, I'm getting it, yeah. And here we go on to L7. Okay, I'm going to go across all these diodes. Okay, I got a close shot of the diode now. Really, this side here is the positive end and this is the negative end. And there's two little test points on the board. Just go across them. And you can see it lights up. I have the strips out of the panel, and I'm only going to show me one of the LED diodes. I'm not going to go through them all. If I find more, I've only got two to replace. But anyway, I still have to work out a way how to take these out without scorching this cover or white coating. It's not that it's causing a problem. I just don't like the how it looks when I've finished the job. I just got to put that off, pull off the lens, and we are left with the diode. Now, if you can see the back of it here, it's got a metal plane that takes away the heat. You can see the thickness of it. So you can focus on that. Not really. It's fairly thick. Most of this is metal. It's like it's got a thin bit of tin copper strips going across the top, and then it's painted over that. Okay. What I normally do anyway first is to remove these. I normally just get a sharp blade, just get rid of it. Just makes it easier. Go down straight to the metal. Trying not to cut the paint on the PCB. Yeah. There is a big ground plane in the bottom of these strips that take the heat away very quickly. And there it is, removed. And you can see there the solder doesn't want to really melt, does it? You know. By right, I should do every one of these diodes on this, but I am not going to. It will take too much time and it would not be economically viable to do this repair if you're going to do that. Under warranty, no problem, but chargeable repair, no. I will go around and see if any of them weak, any of them flicker, and if I see any of them flickering, I'll change them all. I should say all the ones that are flickering, not all the diodes. Just put a little bit of solder on the pad. That'll do me. I'm heating it from below. Make sure it's lighting up. Don't know if you can hear me over the racket with all the fans going. As you can see, it lights up. Okay, that's okay. The only thing now is the lens will be offset a slight bit. So that's the next thing we got to do, is line up that lens, which is not going to be easy. I have the lens in place, but it's not glued in place yet. And what I'm trying to do is, I don't know if the camera's catching it, but what I'm trying to do is get it center over the LED, just to make sure we don't have any bright spots. And what I've done is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's you can see each square, or sorry, the corner of the four corners of the actual LED, and I'm showing the four of them, and it looks like they just about got equal amounts all around them. And I'm going to just light it up and see what it looks like under the camera. Does it look like it's good?
Okay, it does look like an even light coming out of it. Now this is a reduced light. I have it down fairly dark because I don't want to destroy my eyes looking through a microscope and destroy the camera lens at the same time. Okay, that looks about right there. And it looks the same as the other ones. Just see the one beside it. Diode on this is a slight bit smaller than the one I put in it, but it's there, I can see it. And let's have a look at the light. And that too looks, it's got a nice fine white dot in the center, and I can see two rings then around outside of that. Let's try again. The other one is slightly discolored because the diode heated, so I don't think we're going to get exactly the same. It did get hot. But it still looks like a nice, yeah, it looks good. Yep, I'll have to go with that. That's as good as I'm going to get. I'm going to glue it there at that spot there and then put it in the unit.
I have the two LED strips back in that were faulty. You had the bottom one here, L7 on this bottom one, and we had L1 up there on the top strip gone. Slight bit of discoloration on the strip, but I don't think you can get away without discolouring it because the amount of heat it takes. I do heat it from below to minimise the amount of scorching. They're 6-volt type LED diodes, just in case I did not mention it. And I'm just going to press the power button now, the standby button on the side of the TV, and see what happens. There is a bit of a pause, I know that on this. And we have it up working. I'm going to start assembling the screen now. I know the white covering I have here now, because these lenses are shifted. There's two of them shifted. I'm going to have to cut a little bit out. But it's either that or wait 3 or 4 months to get something from China, which probably is not going to be the right one anyway. They're going to tell you it's the opposite way around. The anode, the orientation is, because I've already ordered them with a different orientation, but when I actually open the packet, they're actually the same. This is what you get when you deal with AliExpress, but it is what it is. That's what we're up against now. Some of the manufacturers will, under warranty, replace those whole strips, but for me to order those strips and pay for them, and for a customer to pay for them, it's not an economical repair. So hence the reason I replace the ones that are faulty, and I look for any that might be flickering or that might have a low current consumption. I've double checked that, and it's not looking too bad. Maybe that one there looks a bit dull. I might change it, but it's hard to know. It depends where you are standing. No, it depends where you're standing, what's reflecting back. Okay, I'm not going to show you the reassembly process. It's going to take too long to reposition the camera to get every little last bit. I lost the audio for this segment, so I'm just going to narrate over it. It was a very difficult TV to assemble, and very difficult to move without cracking that screen, but I have it here switched on, and I'm discussing about I have no signal on it, but that's not the reason it was brought in. I repaired the LED backlights on it. I only replaced 2. I'm hoping that it will not come back, but when you think of it, there's what, I can't remember now, but probably about 7 LED strips with 8 on it. That's a lot of diodes, so there is always a chance it'll come back. I hope I don't see it again, and it's working for the customer, and I hope it lasts for another couple of years for him. And thanks for watching.